evil people committing cruelty against animals, not to mention human beings. There's a couple of pictures here from the internet. There's one here of a girl throwing puppies into a river, and there's a woman here who was seen throwing a cat into a wheelie bin. Now, both of these things, in my personal opinion, are related to Satanism. And the reason, I'll give you the reasons here now. This girl here is seen throwing six black and white puppies into a river. I believe that this is more in line with a ritual satanic sacrifice of the puppies by throwing them into a river. But black and white, you know that the Masons and people in sub-cults of the Masons, such as paganism, Wicca, Druids, etc., use Masonic symbolisms. Hey, even Combat 18 use Masonic symbolism. So do your government. So do all of the shops, all the main shops in the streets and stuff, you know. 6 puppies, black and white, just like the Masonic chessboard, and it's the number 6. So I believe that this is satanic. And as for this here, with this woman here, just ordinary looking woman, she just walks along, sees the cat, strokes the cat, looks around, you know. Why would you look around? To see if anyone's looking? She didn't notice the camera though, did she? And then she picks up the cat after stroking it, pops it in the bin and walks off. Now, she got caught, and her response to this was that she cannot explain why she did it. What do you mean she can't explain why she did it? The only reason that you cannot explain why you did something is because you're keeping a secret. Is it not? You cannot explain. Because if you did, you would put yourself and everyone else in your group right in it. That's why I believe that that also was satanic animal cruelty. Now, I've seen some very strange things in my life, and people have told me the strange things that they have seen. One of the strange things is actually not related to an animal, but I'll get back to the animals in a moment, because this is all related with Satanism. Someone told me that they were on Greek island, I'm not going to name where, and said that when they were a kid, that they were playing ball, and the ball went over a wall, so they went to climb to get the ball, and through the window of the house, this guy claims that he saw 2 men eating a corpse, a human being, and he was seen by the 2 men, and they chased him for what appeared to be like miles to him. Don't know how long it was, but he got away. And to this day, he swears that it is true and that really happened. Now, when I first heard the story, I was a bit loath to believe it. However, now I do tend to believe it. I saw something very strange involving animals. I was in a cave. I was snake hunting. I was actually out in Cyprus, and I was snake hunting on an area which belongs to the British government. It's an army base. And while I was searching there, you know, you can go there, public's fine, you just cannot photograph anything there. And as I was hunting for snakes, I nearly fell down a hole. I only just saw this hole, and I was standing there thinking, I could have fallen down that. It should be covered up. So I crouched down to take a look into this hole, and it was inside there was a cave, and there was another entrance, okay, which was further down, and this was a hole in the roof of the cave, and at the bottom there were 5 Alsatians and 1 sheep, all dead. Now, the sheep was in the middle, and the Alsatians were all around the sheep in a circle with their legs pointing inwards. It was like a pentagram. I saw that then, and I thought, how did this happen? Well, the sheep must have been running from the Alsatians, and the sheep fell down the hole, and all 5 dogs, one after the other, fell down the hole, because the hole was not big enough to fit them all in one go. It was sort of like, you know, about this sort of big. And how would the sheep fall into the middle and the dogs fall all around, all of them with their legs facing inwards in a circle? It wouldn't be possible, would it? It would be a fluke in several millions of millions. Now I look at it and I think to myself, well, that sheep and those dogs were killed and placed there as a satanic ritual. I saw something else rather strange while I was in Greece, and that was about animals getting run over. I noticed that some people, their dogs, etc., would just lie in the street and cars would drive around them. They never got run over, ever. But if you looked at their houses, there were Masonic symbolisms outside their houses. Now, other people haven't been so fortunate. Their cats and dogs get run over. But not these people whose dogs lie in the street. There was another incident, again, in Greece, and that was someone put their budgie cage outside. A budgie, for those of you who don't know, is a little parakeet from Australia. They put their budgie cage outside, and they went out, they came back, and the budgie's head had been ripped off, and it was on the ground outside the cage. Now, they figured that it must have been a cat, but first of all, how did the cat get hold of the budgie's head and rip it off and leave it there? The cat would have taken the head, the cat would have eaten the head, and anyway, I don't think the cat would have just given up just once it got the head. It would have pulled more parts of the body out. There would have been more carnage to the killing rather than the head cleanly ripped off and placed on the ground. I believe again that that was satanic, and this is my personal opinion because I can't make any accusations directly against anybody, but because of this video that the puppies were black and white and there were 6 of them, I tend to think it was a satanic ritual. And again, with this here, with this lady here, I believe that she is one of these people who is in the Helios worshipping cult. All of these people worship Helios, who is actually called Apollyon, the beast from the pit from the book of Revelation. And again, I think that this act of cruelty that this woman claimed that she could not explain why she did it is satanic, and that she could not explain why she did it because she would put herself and her religion and her religious brothers and sisters in it. As I say, that's my personal opinion, but I think from what I see that I'm completely correct.